The first thing I wanted to bring up that it's been very successful. Uh, buy one, get one free. We have had a lot of people get a lot of free product, which is good. And I want to continue that till midnight, December 31st, before we start our new year. And so anybody that they have to get the orders in to me by midnight, December 31st. And after that, we go back to the regular way, which is good. But we've had a lot of success. A lot of people have taken advantage of getting the protein meal replacement, because every protein meal replacement, I throw in another protein meal replacement. So take advantage of that, because that's the most expensive one. And I don't care if you order 5 protein, I'll make it 10. So whatever you do, I'll match it. Whatever you do from now until December 31st at midnight, I will match it. Whether it's coffee creamer, hot chocolate, original fruit smoothie mix, or the premium protein, whatever you order, I will match straight up whatever you get.
That's an excellent deal.
Oh, it's unbelievable. I mean,
like you said, a lot of people have taken advantage of it. I need to myself. I should go ahead and before it gets too late.
You need to share some of those cooking recipes you can do with that chocolate stuff.
Oh yeah, you know what? I'll tell you what. Anybody that orders from now to December 31st, I'll give them chocolate pudding recipes, chocolate brownies. They can make hard pack frozen chocolate, high probiotic frozen yogurt, where there's all chocolate smoothies. I've got recipes for any. That's a magic powder. You can make hot chocolate. You can make it into where it tastes like ice cream, even though there's no butterfat, no refined sugar. It's all healthy and vegan. But you can make brownies with it. You can make pudding with it. You can make a lot of things with it. You're right. Now, whoever buys from now, chocolate from now until December 31st, I'll throw in a bunch of recipes.
Yeah, give me those recipes. I'll put them on the website as well.
Yeah, I'll give them to you tomorrow.
Yeah.
No, actually, I'll give them to you on January, because I want people to buy the products to get the recipes, because if they get them for free, they won't buy it. I'm just kidding.
No, that's fine.
I'm just kidding. Anyway, I'm excited about that, but there's something that Troy and I talked, and then I talked to Mike about, and I want to bring it up now because I'm excited about it. I know that we're coming into New Year's resolution. Okay, a new year. And what Troy and I talked about earlier this afternoon was how many people make excuses and procrastinate so many things being successful, where they have good ideas, good visions, but they don't execute. And I was a gym rat for 50 years, and I'm even one that has procrastinated when I got out of the actual being in the gym 12 hours a day, 6 days a week. I eat 100% healthy, but I don't have the six pack like I used to have, where I was ripped. And I said to Troy, you know what we're going to do? This is the only way you and I are going to really, that way, because we don't want to embarrass ourselves. And not only that, Mike has got a head start on us. So we got even more of a challenge, because that son of a gun looks good already. So I hate that. But anyway, the thing that we're going to do is April 15th. That's the day that everybody goes, oh, it's your taxes, and they got to be in and whatever. But April 15th, Troy, Micah, and myself are taking our shirts off on our podcast and show the results that we've gotten from our New Year's resolution. Okay, I'm 72 and I'm doing it because I will be ripped. I promise I am going to be ripped. Okay, so this is going to be fun. So and here's the thing that we're going to do too, because I want everybody that is on board, and Micah can email everybody, because I want everybody to get an equal opportunity, even the people that aren't on the podcast tonight, is that we're all going to take before pictures on January 1, and then we're all going to take after pictures on April 15th, and whatever rep has the best results, and that doesn't include Troy or me, because I'm just competing with him and Mike. But whoever has the best amongst the sales reps, I'm going to give them a bunch of free product to start their new year off. So so it'll be April 15th. One person's going to win a big prize if they have the best results in terms of getting on a nutrition program, sticking with it, exercising, and don't do like 90% of the United States where January 1, everybody makes a New Year's resolution. And by February 6th at 2 p.m., everybody's eating pizza and chocolate and they're not working out. So we got to change that. We got to make this like brushing your teeth and dental floss. One of the things I used to always say when I did nutritional counseling was, do you brush your teeth on Saturday for an hour and a half till they bleed because you didn't do them all week? No, you don't do that with exercise either. I mean, come on, get out, walk 30, 40 minutes, do some floor exercises, do some stretching, maybe a little biking, a little hiking, nothing strenuous. It's just a question of being consistent and eating healthy, and your body, I promise, by April 15th will be amazing. I mean, not just good, amazing. Now, Troy wanted me to tell this story that I used to always say in all my thousands of hours of nutritional counseling, and it's also in my book. If anybody decides to read that free, where they can get it digitally, if you're a sales rep, you get my book for free. But this is in my book. But I brought it up to Troy today. He loved the story, so he said, tell it on the podcast. So here's my whole spiel about making excuses and procrastinating self-improvement. Okay, so here's how it works. I would say when I was counseling somebody, let's say I'm going to invite you to the movies tomorrow at noon. So meet me at Harkins Theater at noon tomorrow, and we're going to have fun. We'll go to a movie. So you get there at noon, and you look at your watch, 12:30, quarter to 1, 1. I'm not there. And I call you at 1:15. I go, oh, I'm so sorry. I had this thing come up. I had a flat tire or whatever. And I say, let me make it up to you. I really feel bad. Tomorrow, let me take you out to dinner, my treat, and a movie. Meet me at so-and-so restaurant at 6 p.m. And if you have kindness in your heart and forgiveness, you'll go, okay. So now you're at the restaurant at 6 o'clock, 6:15, 6:30, course. So I don't show up. How many times would I make a commitment to you and not follow through? Would you kick me to the curb? And so for a lot of people, it might just be one because you have strong punctuality criterion in your brain and you go, hey, he blew it, done. Some people would say, all people in life are imperfect. I'll give them that second college try. But then most people, 90% of people after 2 would kick me to the curb. Now, if you're Mother Teresa, maybe it's 3.5. I don't know. But to me, most people, it's 2. Okay. Now, based on that, now this is what I say to people. So you've kicked me to the curb. I have no credibility. You don't trust me. You don't have faith in me after 2 experiences. Now, let's take your rules, not mine. And let's say, how many times have you said, starting on Monday, I'm going to eat better. Starting on Monday, I'm going to exercise. Starting on Monday, I'm going to get on a program. Starting on Monday, I've got to come up with a plan where I feel better. And I quit having cramps, and I'm not sleeping good at night. I'm not even regular with going to the bathroom, whatever it is. Starting on Monday, I'm going to do whatever. I bet it's more than 2 times. Now, let me tell you what it does to you subliminally in your brain, in the back of your brain, and you don't even know it. People that do not execute things that they say, it's because they have a different set of rules for themselves than they do what they said to me. And shouldn't your expectations be more strict with yourself than with somebody else? So to me, what happens is the reason why people don't self-improve like they should is anything that you say to yourself, whenever you say a sentence like starting on Monday or whatever, you should be able to take it to the bank every time. Whatever you say to yourself you're going to do, the older you get, the wiser you should be, the richer you should be, and the healthier you should be. You should be able to take whatever you say and take it to the bank that you're going to do it. Because why? You trust yourself. And B, you're worth it. So self-worth and self-esteem and self-improvement all comes from being totally honest with yourself, but executing everything you say you're going to do because you're worth it. And that's the difference. So it's interesting how someone would kick me to the curb, and rightfully so. Man, if somebody said to me, let's go to a movie they don't show, then the next day it's dinner in a movie they don't show, I'm done. But have the same rules for yourself, because you are in the driver's seat and you control your own destiny. And whatever you say that you're going to do, if you do it, you're going to be so proud of yourself, and you'll develop the self-pride and the self-initiative, and you'll start having this confidence that you know whatever you say to yourself, it's going to execute and you can take it to the bank. And that also holds true, obviously. Troy and I talked about that in business, that whatever you say you're going to accomplish. Troy made a great goal for himself about being successful at a certain age, and bam, he did it. Okay, well, whatever you say you're going to do, you can make it a reality if you plan what you say you're going to do. And in my book, I also say, if you fail to plan, plan to fail, because everybody needs a plan. And the greatest thing about a plan is when you get a bunch of people together like we have that are a support system to not to let you fail. I don't like anybody failing. I feel if somebody fails that I'm affiliated with, I failed. And so to me, I love it being 72, a mentor to anybody that wants guidance, direction, mentorship. Troy's the same way. He'll be glad to help anybody, anytime, any day, because that's just what we're made of. And Mike is the same way, where we all have a certain spirituality where when you get to a certain age, you got to give back, and you got to, the best way to thank God about your health and who you are and what's happened in your life is help other people get to where your levels are. And that should be all of our goals for 2021, and I'm into it. So be ready, Troy. Be ready, Micah, because the shirts are coming off April 15th, brothers.
Had mixed emotions when you first told me about that, because I'm not one that even when I go to the beach, I ever take my shirt off and walk around. I'm pretty concerned.
You're going to be proud. I tell you, you're going to be sitting there sticking your abs in our face going, you guys are worthless.
That's the one thing I'm looking forward to, actually.
Huh?
That's the one thing I'm looking forward to, actually, because I don't have that much work to do. I've got maybe 15, 20 pounds. I think if I lost, I'd be really ripped. And I've got.
Well, hey, you know what? Don't talk to me about ripped until April 15th, because right now you're just talking trash.
No, I am. I'm not ripped, but I'm in decent shape. I'm going to the gym probably twice a week. I eat healthy. I'm not sure that I could really eat any healthier.
Well, no. You know what, though? Here, I'm going to say it again, though. Here's the good news, and that's why you look good. 80% of what you look like and how you're going to look the rest of your life is what you chew and swallow. So that's the most important. That's 80% of the battle. The 20% is the sculpting that we're going to be doing from now until April 15th, so we can get the definition that we want and get rid of atrophy, get rid of excess of fatty tissue, lower your body mass index, lower your percentage of body fat, and probably for Troy and I, we'll probably put 5 more years on our life that we have to deal with each other. I like it. It works.
I agree. For me, it's belly fat. I've got some belly fat that's hard to lose. Me and you were talking before the call about leaky gut and different ingredients and stuff that contribute to that, the value of some of the products we have and how we can help fix that. And even said that probably next week we'll come back with more detail and start talking about this, what we're doing with our
you and I next week, Micah, you and I next week will spend 20 minutes how to start really seeing good results in your obliques and your abdominals, your waist, all from, like you said, getting rid of the leaky gut syndrome. And you and I will both go over that in great detail next week. So that'd be good.
Yeah, because I think it'll be important for us to share what we're doing and how we're doing along our path. So this isn't going to be something that you hear nothing until April 15th.
No.
Every week, we're going to be telling you guys what we've been doing, how much success we've had. Because I know with me personally, I don't think I could eat much healthier. I'm in the gym a couple of times a week, not really aggressive, but I've got belly fat that's hard to shake. And there's
Okay, let me, you know what? I am so confident that I'm going to do good. I'm going to give you guys secrets on how to do, and this is for everybody listening.
Yeah.
Okay. If you want to see, you can be, I know Micah eats phenomenally healthy, but I'm going to give you a little trick to get more definition and to get rid of some of the excess of fatty tissue. The rule of thumb is you start drinking 64 ounces of water a day, okay? And then for people that are overweight, the formula is another 8-ounce glass of water over the 64 for every 25 pounds you need to lose. Okay, so not that I'm saying everybody needs to lose a lot of weight, but the fact that I've dealt with nutritional counseling with people that were obese, I had to learn all this stuff. But I can tell you that it works for the everyday person, that if you want to see a difference in your stomach and getting cut up and defined while you're doing, not strenuous exercise, but just active exercise, drink 64 ounces of water a day and an additional 8 ounces of water a day for the amount of, for every, for anybody that needs to lose X amount of weight. But the water is real important.
That's probably my problem is I drink 64 ounces of coffee a day. I drink 64 ounces of water a day.
That's why you're always bouncing off the walls. Okay, I got it.
I'm
What about
actually.
you, Troy? What liquids are you doing? Both of you are drink that much coffee?
Probably, yeah.
Oh my God. This is the honest to God truth. I know that I promote healthy vegan coffee creamer because I know tons of people drink coffee, but in 72 years, this is the honest to God truth, I'll bet you I've had 14 cups of coffee.
Wow. So
That's it.
in my defense, I don't use any cream or any sugar. I drink it black. I buy an organic blend of coffee. So I know it's about as clean and healthy as you can get. And I've actually quit coffee from time to time for the same reason you mentioned is I look at it and I think, if I'm drinking coffee this much, I'm manipulating my sleep. I'm getting false energy that I wouldn't have otherwise had. And I really needed to allow my body to regulate itself, sleep when I'm really tired, eat when I'm really hungry, and get just pure liquids in me versus coffee and stuff. By the times I quit drinking coffee, I've seen some dramatic success because I end up drinking more water probably. So.
Okay, well, that's good. But another answer is if you're really into the taste of the coffee and the quality, there is a thing called decaffeinated, but that's another whole story.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Another thing, Christina Tarpley on the chat, she asked a question for you. She said, will the hot chocolate mix and the protein smoothie be okay for someone who is 72 and been diagnosed on the verge of diverticulitis?
Oh, absolutely. Diverticulitis is you got to stay away from different things that have seeds like strawberries, raspberry. Hot chocolate and smoothie mix is solid, and there's nothing in it that affects diverticulitis, not at all. But if you want, you can look up the different food items that you're not supposed to eat or consume with diverticulitis, and most of it is things with seeds, like strawberries and raspberries and stuff like that. Those are things that you're not supposed to eat at all because they affect your digestive system. That answers your question. So why don't we, here's the other thing that obviously we're all going to be going into 2000. You're welcome, Christina. We're going into 2021 with everyone still very, very well aware of the spiking of the COVID. And, we all wear masks. I hope we're all wearing masks and we're all doing distancing. But I'm excited, and Michael will show you now that I've just finished purchasing and setting up a manufacturing contract for all of you that we're going to have. And I had talked about this and did a survey with Micah back months ago. And this product here will be coming out probably the 3rd or 4th week of January. because I'm having it manufactured now. I've got all the raw materials at the manufacturing plant, and they're going to start doing a run of 1,000 bottles, and they'll all be ready the 3rd or 4th week of January. And this will help strengthen your antibodies and immune system to fight off any virus so it doesn't get into your system. And I'm excited about this because, and here's the ironic part about it. This berry, Indian gooseberry, comes from India. And it's the strongest, healthiest berry almost in the world. It's double the antioxidants of acai or mangosteen or goji berry. I mean, to give you an idea, a blueberry is worth 62. Indian gooseberry is worth 1,700. So it's phenomenal. It's a phenomenal way to strengthen your antibodies and immune system. And wouldn't you know it, because I've got this thing going to go public and viral, I get a phone call from India and they go, we're interested in ordering a large volume of these bottles because we understand the value of our gooseberry, but you've got it already being made with vitamin C and zinc and D3. So this is it's going to be a very effective product for all of you to be able to distribute all over the world. I mean, this will protect anybody that has, apprehensions about their respiratory system, whether they've got asthma, whether, they're in a nursing home, whether on the front lines, whether, you're just old like me, whatever the case may be, these are great, great capsules to take to build up your sentry system in your body and to fight off ever getting a cold or a flu or a virus or bacteria or whatever. And I'm excited about it. I've worked a long time to get this product right, and now it's phenomenal, and we should all take advantage of it. And this will be something that'll be available to everybody the 3rd or 4th week of January, I promise.
And another thing, I went out doing some market research and I looked at Walmart and CVS, and they had a few different bottles of the same mix. And one of the bottles was $29.99 for the same exact bottle. And then they had another one for like $19.99 and then another one for $22. So,
well, Mike is good at crunching the numbers. Micah, what is it going to be for us?
$19.50.
Perfect. The low end of the most competitive of anybody. I love it.
Well, another thing is theirs wasn't organic either. Theirs was supplement. What they call the supplements that are made from. They actually make the vitamin C out of a supplement, not organic material.
Synthetic vitamin C. Yeah.
That's synthetic. Yeah. That's synthetic. Yeah, none of this is synthetic. This is all the real deal.
Ascorbic acid, isn't it? Isn't ascorbic acid synthetic vitamin C?
Yeah, you've got different derivatives like rose hips is another vitamin C, ascorbic acid, but what you want to make sure you get is not a synthetic. I can't stand any synthetic products because they're really not that effective when they get in your body at all. If anything, sometimes they're counterproductive.
Yeah, the absorption rates can be really low.
Real low.
Yeah.
Yes, Christina, those are once a day vitamins, or at least they were when I was taking them.
Yeah, it's once or twice a day. The reason why I say once or twice, and it's right on the bottle, is because if you're eating real fruit, like let's say that you have a half a grapefruit, or you have a bunch of you eat an orange, or you eat an apple, and an apple is really healthy for you, or you're having some citrus, then you wouldn't need 2 capsules a day. You would need 1. I would take the capsule either early in the morning, the first thing you do when you wake up, or I would take it at night if you haven't had any fruit. But if you're feeling weak, take 1 in the morning and 1 at night, because you're probably not eating all the nutrients you should be during the course of the day to begin with. But antioxidants, let me tell you why antioxidants are so important, because we live in a world where our air value is not that good. We live in a world where our water value, unless you're buying really good pH balanced water, from a specialty situation, and a lot of waters are garbage, even in the supermarket. But with things being processed foods, polluted water, polluted air, these antioxidants fight all that off in your system. What they do is they fight all the free radicals out of your system and get rid of the toxins that you've put in your system. These try to fight them all off so you don't get sick. That's why it's important.
Good to know.
So tell me, Troy, on these products here, the fact that every human being on the face of the earth needs stronger antioxidants, I can't think of a better product to launch in January for everybody to be able to easily distribute all over, locally, even out of your state, to companies, can you imagine calling first responders and assisted living and saying, we got something that you should be taking every day, and explain to them how it works? Everybody's going to buy these. There's nobody, because everybody needs them. Everybody. There isn't a human being, and I'm not even talking about domestically. I'm finding out that I've got India interested, Mexico interested, and then pretty soon, because I've got good contacts in the Caribbean islands, they're going to want them for tourists and for everybody to protect their locals. People that are coming in, I'd like to think ideally that everybody's being, well, I'll tell you, New Zealand's got the best deal. Anybody that goes into New Zealand, I don't care who you are, you're quarantined for 14 to 16 days. And if you don't get clearance, you stay in that hotel room until you're negative. But they've only had 22 deaths since March. And no one wears a mask in New Zealand. That's how good it is there. But unfortunately, the discipline of government and almost everywhere else in the world, people are going to need an antioxidant to strengthen their antibodies and immune system, because there's too much of this contagious, especially the new strain is very contagious. And so I'm trying to strengthen people so they can get ready, so that if they did come in contact with with this situation, maybe they could fight it off anyway.
Yeah, I've seen growing articles that show that specifically with COVID-19 or coronaviruses, because coronaviruses have been around for decades. I think it was first discovered in the 50s or 60s. The coronavirus has been mentioned on Lysol cans and wet wipes for 50 years, right? So it's not anything really new. It's a new strain that's been identified. Whether it's worse or not, it's not the topic.
Well, no one knows that yet. You're right. No one knows that.
But vitamin D, zinc, and vitamin C are the three leading ingredients that, if you look at any research, independent research studies that are being done right now, is preventive maintenance, how to improve your health, how to boost your immune system to fight off this. The first thing they come out and say is take vitamin D3 and take zinc. And you'll notice in the summertime, the virus had not near as much impact, not just because of the heat, but because of the sun on everyone's skin. When the sun hits your skin, you produce vitamin D.
Tons of it. You're right. You're exactly right.
When you get older, vitamin D production is what diminishes dramatically. You're low on vitamin D. The D3 levels are low in elderly people, and again, probably why they're impacted more. So this is a perfect product for overall immune health, overall protection against the flu, coronaviruses, anything that comes against you specifically.
And here's the other part too that people have to understand is that, okay, we're in a pandemic, understandable. The problem is thousands and thousands and thousands of people die every year of pneumonia. It has nothing to do with the pandemic because their immune system is weak to begin with. And so this pill isn't just good because like it's a panacea for a pandemic. No, it's good to fight off any kind of flu, any kind of cold, any kind of virus. And so and it makes you feel so much better, and your internal organs get rejuvenated, like you say, from the vitamin D alone.
Mm-hmm.
You're exactly right.
Yeah. So, and we don't want to.
Leanne had a question, and Leanne, the answer to your question is that it's put in there to enhance absorption in the stomach cells, so that the vitamin C and everything absorbs more in your body, so it doesn't like, so you don't secrete it out of your body like a lot of the synthetic stuff. But that's why that's in there in terms of your question.
I was going to try to pronounce that, but I think it happens to be one of the top 10 longest words in the English dictionary.
Yeah, I know. Tribal points are about 72, but we'll talk about that later. Not a problem. So anyway, I'm excited. I hope everybody will join our New Year's resolution. I'll tell you that. And all I'm really saying is, and of course we're having fun doing this, but I'm serious about it. And if I can be serious about it at 72, to want to take my shirt off April 15th, I just want what I'm really, the message I'm trying to give everybody is, let's all help each other, support each other, motivate each other, educate each other, so that 2021 is a much more productive year for your health and for your wealth and for your success as a human being. And then I'm a happy camper. But that's what I got to say. You have anything else? I'm good to go. I know that everybody's got a lot of stuff going on with family and the new year coming up, but I wanted to make sure that I appreciate everybody that came on today, even though it is in the midst of all the holidays. But the good news about getting committed to this kind of a self-improvement or a New Year's resolution now is, just so you know, the average person in the United States from Thanksgiving to New Year's gains 8 pounds. Okay, that's the average. 8 pounds from Thanksgiving through New Year's Eve, 8 pounds. To me, why? Okay, I mean, because people always think, well, you know what, I'm going to make like it's Jesus' Last Supper because I'm going to make my New Year's resolution. Okay, that doesn't work. It doesn't work. Okay, make a resolution like right now. Oh, Leanne, I'll give you my 10. How's that, Leanne? Come on over. No problem. I wish I had your problem. Anyway, I'm just telling you that to me, when does self-improvement start? Troy and I talked about this afternoon. The minute that you acknowledge that you need change and that you do something. Why do you think in all these 12-step programs they say, my name is Gary Brisker and I eat cotton candy 25 times a day? I mean, whatever it is, whether you're an alcoholic or, when you get up in front of somebody and say, yeah, I know I'm imperfect. I know there's something that but I'm confronting it right now and I'm going to make it work. Okay. And so to me, the minute that you can have the confidence in yourself to just say, whatever I say from now on, I'm going to take it to the bank and make it happen in my life because I'm worth it. That's when all this stuff changes from dreams to reality. Because we all have dreams, we all have visions. But I'm telling you right now, I want everybody's dream in 2021 to not just stay a dream, make it a reality. And we can do that. We'll help each other. We'll help each other.
Yep. Agree. I don't have anything to add other than, in addition to boosting your immune system, the biggest thing you can also do is cut out sugar and alcohol. Gary mentioned alcohol. It changes your body. It changes your appetite. It causes you to eat. But sugar is actually alcohol has a lot of sugar in it. So
high fructose corn syrup, brown sugar,
sugars.
You name it, anything. I mean, obviously there's better things like agave and honey and all. It's still sugar, okay? Yeah. But at least it's healthier than refined sugar and all the other garbage. But here again, the visual I always give people is, if dentists tell you that if you're eating too many sweets, that it rips the teeth out of your face, what do you think it does when you swallow? You think everything's okay? You think when you eat a lot of sugar and you quick go in the bathroom and brush your teeth, everything's fine? No. The same sugar that we're going to decay all your teeth are going to decay your internal organs.
Yeah.
So sugar is a drug that is not good for you. Leanne, did I give you too much nutrition where you lost too much weight? What's the problem? I'm trying to figure out what I did to you. Really? Okay, I'm glad. I want to make sure I'm not making you too thin now. Are you serious? You want to gain? I'll tell you, if you're serious about gaining weight, that premium protein meal replacement If you put a banana in it, I'm telling you, it'll help you every morning. Put banana and one thing that Troy does too is he puts a little bit of the chocolate mix into his smoothie. That'll help too. But bananas are definitely a dynamite thing to help give you the carbohydrates and the protein, because what's happening in your body is you've got a high metabolism, obviously, and you're very fortunate because you're burning everything you eat. Okay. Whereas a lot of people don't, they have a low metabolism and they don't burn. So they have to go out and raise their heartbeat rate to get where you're at naturally. So you're very fortunate. But the way you're going to go toward your weight gain of healthy, because you want a healthy weight gain, I don't want you going out and saying, well, I'm going to go eat some cakes and pies and ice cream and cookies because I want to gain weight. No, that's garbage. You want to gain weight with good nutrients and fiber and fruit and vegetables, and just have your quantity. If you mix your carbohydrates with your proteins, a lot of it won't burn, and you'll be able to gain that few extra pounds of lean muscle mass that you're looking for.
I was going to say the same thing, Gary. Keep your healthy recipes you're doing now. Just eat more, get more protein in, and more calories. Good, healthy ingredients.
No, here's something Troy and I talked about also this afternoon that is very interesting, is that when you change a pound of fat to a pound of muscle because you're getting active and you're eating the right foods, it totally increases your metabolism to where it rejuvenates your system, and you can actually lose weight while you're sitting at a computer. If you're gaining muscle weight and getting rid of fatty tissue, your metabolism, because of the change, will actually burn fat even while you're sitting watching TV, which is amazing. Now, here's the bad news. For every pound of muscle that you atrophy and turn it into fat, that lowers your metabolism and makes you vulnerable to gaining weight that much easier. So the key to it is always convert fat into muscle, and that'll raise your metabolism and get you healthier, and you have way more energy. But if you feel sluggish or dormant or tired or lazy or whatever, that's because you're letting body parts atrophy and the muscles turning into fat, and that's lowering your metabolism even lower than it is right now. And that's the wrong way to go. You always want to go in the other direction.
Christina's question about her dad. I'm not sure specifically the health issues he's had, but he's recovering from some stuff. He's elderly, low on energy. I was going to say that he should probably be drinking hot chocolate and the protein smoothie mix. Protein smoothie mix is a healthy meal replacement, and the hot chocolate has good probiotics. It has healthy sugars in it, antioxidants. Both of those would be a good combination, I think.
Absolutely. And then if he wants to, if you want, I can send, if I find out his medical history, I can send him a whole eating program. So all I would need is to email at yogurtfrenzy@yahoo.com his medical history, what are his deficiencies, what are his illnesses, and I'll be able to set up a nutritional plan to help him.
Okay, I think that wraps us up, Gary.
Okay, good. Well, Happy New Year to everybody. And like I said, buy one, get one free till midnight, December 31st. And the reason why I want to get as much product to you for a cheap rate is because I start driving to Florida to take care of my parents the first of the year, and I'll be there in Florida, and it's going to take me a couple of weeks to set up my office and my warehouse and business. And then I've got to meet with Troy, and Troy's going to beat me up and tell me what I need to do. So all that stuff's got to happen before we can get going back. So sometime around the middle of January, we'll be ready to rock and roll, but we'll still be able to do the podcast and everything else. But Happy New Year to everybody, and we'll talk next week.
Happy New Year, guys.
Bye-bye. Take care.
Happy New Year, everybody. Bye.
Take care.
See you, Troy. See you, Gary.